Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Mo Digging, good to see you once again. Well, I had kind of a weird week. I decided to go out to a location that has a lot of history back to the late 1800s, and I dug every signal that was non-ferrous. So I dug a lot of low tones, found a lot of change, and I found some really interesting things that I would really like to share with you. So let's get straight to metal detecting. Well guys, I have been out here for about 45 minutes now and have less than $1 and change that I've dug up. Got a lot of trash because I'm digging the low tones, but I just got myself a mid-70s signal, popped my plug, and I've got a really thick looking penny, and I'm not sure what I have, so let's take a look together. This is definitely a weird looking one. Take a look at this. You don't find coins like this too often. It's a thick looking penny sized coin. Could it potentially be like a fatty Indian? I don't know. What on earth do we have here? It's a greenie. Wow, I don't know. What is this? I think I'm gonna have to come back in because I do not know what I have, but it looks interesting. It's a big, thick coin. I'll be right back. Boy, that is an encrusted coin. I'm really struggling to clean this up out here in the field. So I'm not entirely sure what I have. I am thinking that's gonna be a fatty Indian. The earlier Indian cents made between 1859 to 1864 were a little bit thicker, so they had a little bit more copper and nickel content, and 64 was actually a transitional year. They made them smaller that year as well. I'm gonna have to clean that up at home a little bit more. I'm not entirely sure if that's what it is, if it's a fatty Indian, but I'd say it's got a good chance with it being such a thick coin. I guess it could also be like a foreign coin or something like that, but pretty cool. We'll put that away and keep detecting. Guys, I'm back at the house now, and I've cleaned this coin up a little bit more, and I was correct. It is a fatty Indian, my very first one. It is very, very difficult to see what this is, but you have to believe me on this one. I managed to dig up an 1859 Indian head cent, which is actually the very first year production. Here's one from my collection, and one of the only ways I could really identify it is the reverse. There's a wreath there on the reverse. Let's turn this over. There is the reverse of an 1859. They only did that 1 year. And you can see that the first year they didn't have a shield. And then after that, they had a shield on the back of these coins. And that's what this is. Very difficult to see, but that's an 1859 Indian head cent. There's a large cent right there as well, and a flying eagle cent. So pretty cool. I was just going to mention what exactly I found. And it's a bucket lister for me. Never dug up an 1859 Indian head cent. So let's get back at it. Well guys, did I just find my first piece of silver for the week? Not sure, so let's take a look together. It was a mid-70s signal, so I thought I was going to be digging up a junky zinc penny, but I popped this out of the ground. It's a ring. It's kind of got some coral or something in it. But it looks pretty clean. That may actually be a piece of silver. Give me just a moment, I'll clean that up. I don't know if it's going to have any markings or not, but that looks pretty good to me. Close, but no cigar, unfortunately. That's just a silver plated ring. You can see where the copper is leaking through there. That's all right though. Still an interesting find, and hopefully we'll get on some silver or even some gold this week with all these low tones I'm investigating. So I'll put that away and keep on treasure hunting. I'm digging a lot of nickels this week so far, and I was going to show you guys this because it's a little funny. I just popped out a Jefferson nickel at about 7 or 8 inches down, so pretty deep. And it's a 1940, so it's actually too old to be a Silver War nickel. They made those between 1942 and 1945, so this one's just a copper nickel, Jefferson nickel, unfortunately. But still a cool find. That coin is, 83 years old. So not a bad find. Still an interesting piece of history. We'll put it away. Well, this is a pretty surprising find. At about 6 or 7 inches down, I got a zinc penny signal and popped a cent out of the ground. And you know what it is? It's another Indian head cent. It's pretty hard to see. There is the reverse of that coin. There's a shield up there. So I'm not sure how old it's going to be. But I can tell you this, it's a thin Indian head cent. So this is going to be after 1864. If you give me a moment, I'll clean that up and we'll hopefully get a date off of this one. Well, the ground was not super kind to this coin, but thankfully we do have a date on it. It is an 1881 Indian head cent. That is pretty cool. Interesting fact about that year is it's the only year in American history where we've had 3 different presidents. Hayes, Garfield, and Arthur. Yeah, and it was because Garfield was assassinated while in office. Can't talk. Still a pretty cool coin though. 142 years old. That is a neat old coin. We'll put it away and keep detecting. This area has really surprised me with how old some of this stuff is. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that I just popped out a horseshoe. Pretty neat. Haven't found one of those in a little while. I don't always dig up the big iron, but that one was screaming, so I decided just to investigate it. And it was about 4 or 5 feet away from that last Indian head cent, so not bad. That's pretty cool. Well, thank God, because I think I finally have a piece of silver for this week. So let's take a look together. It was a solid 80 signal at about 1 inch down, and I just popped that out. I think I've got a little silver ring here. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah, usually silver cleans up pretty nicely when you pop it out of the ground. It doesn't look like it's anything terribly special. In fact, I don't know if it's marked. It probably is somewhere in there. Just not seeing it very well, but that's all right. That's got to be a little silver ring. Oh yeah, baby. Thank goodness. Here is something I don't find very often, but it is junk. At a few inches down, I just popped this out. Got myself a grill. Ugh. Something someone would stick in their mouth to look cool, I guess. It's missing most of its bling, it looks like. But yeah, somebody's old nasty grill for their mouth. Kind of strange, but that's why I enjoy the hobby. This is crazy, guys. I just got another zinc penny signal. And I've actually looked at this coin and put it back in the hole. I thought it was another zinc penny, and I actually was about to toss it in the bag. When I turned it over, and looky there, it's another Indian. What the heck? I've had such good luck with these coins this week. It's pretty remarkable. Give me just a moment, I'll clean it up. Maybe we'll get a date off of it. Unfortunately, I'm having a little bit of trouble reading the date on that. It might be like a 1903 or a 1908, I think. But that's a beautiful coin. That's definitely the prettiest Indian that I've dug up this week. So I will happily take that. That is why you dig the low tones, because that did not sound like an old penny to me. It sounded like a deep, ugly zinc penny. And sure enough, I got an old coin. That is pretty cool. I am not entirely sure what I have here. I have looked at it just a little bit. I got myself a little tiny 71 signal at only about 1 inch down and popped this out of the ground. It looks like a little hand. Boy, that's a strange little find. I think it was a pin at one time. You can see where like there's some solder on the back. Boy, what is that? Put a little bit of water on it. Not sure exactly. I'm not sure about the metal either. I'd hate to say that could be gold, but I don't know. That is definitely an odd find. Huh. I'll have to clean that up and see if I can find some more information on that. That is really interesting. About to take a break because my knees are kind of giving out on me, but I just got a deep 65 signal and popped out a token, which is kind of cool. I'm pretty sure I know what this is. It's something that I actually have not found in a little while. It's a little bent up too. This looks to be a Missouri state sales tax token from like the Great Depression era. These were made for the sales tax that was introduced back during that time period. And these are worth either 1 mil or 5 mils. In Missouri, if there's a hole in the middle of it, it's a 5 mil sales tax token. So this is going to be just a 1 mil. So pretty cool. Made of zinc, so they don't survive in the ground too well. But it's still a pretty neat little piece of history. This is kind of crazy. I have found multiple Indian head cents, but this is actually my first one of these for the week. I finally have a wheat penny, and it was a deep one too. Oh my gosh, it was probably like 8 or 9 inches down. Looks to be a 1947. So pretty cool. Got us a wheatie. Boy, did I have to hold my breath on this one. Take a look at that. I just got a low tone and thought I had myself a gold ring there for a second, but it's just part of the top to a glass bottle. Gosh darn it. We'll put it in the bag and keep detecting. Well, right here I just got myself a really loud iron signal, and I kind of just ignored it until I looked down, and I think I can already see the target here. Can you see that? I think there's a pocket knife just sitting there, sticking up out of the soil. Boy, I don't know. I was hoping it was something I'd be able to salvage, but maybe. It looks like it's a decent Swiss Army knife, but not sure if it's going to be salvageable. We'll have to see, but that's not a bad find at all. We'll put that away. Back at the house now, everybody, so let's go over all my finds from this week. Well, here's this week's board, everybody, but we're going to come over here first and just take a quick look at the trash. Quite a bit of that this week. There's a lot of stuff at the bottom that I actually dug up out of the ground, but there's also stuff that I just picked up off the top of the ground. So if you're going to go out and enjoy this hobby, please remove as much trash as you can. We're going to come over here and go around the board, though. I did get some horseshoes over here, one complete and one half. Take a look at all the pull tabs that I dug this week. Tons and tons of pull tabs, and it paid off, thankfully. I got a piece of gold. We'll get to that here in a minute. All sorts of other stuff, too. Some pieces of lead, part of a pin. I got a metallic spider right there. There's all my copper pennies. I'll clean those up and throw up my copper barrel. There's all my zinc pennies. Oh, my God. I must have like over 200 zinc pennies that I dug up this week. Did a lot of digging. Here's the other thing that shows that I dug a lot of low tones. I dug up 82 nickels this week, and they're all Jeffersons. I didn't find a single war nickel or buffalo nickel or anything like that. They're all just Jeffersons, unfortunately, but lots of nickels. And there's my dimes and my quarters. I found about $13.50 in change this week, and I ended up buying this. I bought this at the beginning of the year, and actually I'm just buying back the silver that I initially purchased. So got myself a walking Liberty $50 with the change that I dug up this week. All sorts of other little stuff. I got that pocket knife that's in decent shape. I may be able to fully salvage that. Other little bits and bobs and stuff like that. Some parts to lighters, just some internals out of some electronics and stuff like that. I got that grill. I got one key that was actually sitting in the street while I was out detecting, and I got another partial key over here. Can't really talk very well. Got this little Coach necklace, which is not too bad. I think these sell for about $10 online. What else do we have? I got myself a couple of rings over here. This older brass ring, and then this other ring that I thought was silver, but unfortunately it's not, just plated. I got a Showbiz pizza token. I got myself a button battery over here. I got one piece of silver this week, one little dinky woman's ring, so it's not too bad. I'll take any silver I can get. Some other pieces of stuff, a little cog right there. I ended up getting 3 Indian head cents this week, which is pretty cool. 1903, 1881, and a bucket lister for me. This really chewy 1859 Indian head cent. First year production, and take a look at this. You can see how much thicker they were in the first few years of production. So pretty cool. Wish it was in better shape, unfortunately. Got one Wheatie, and I got that Missouri sales tax token, which is pretty cool. Am I missing anything besides my best find? I guess not. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Take a look at this. I ended up getting a weird piece of gold this week. It's a Victorian pin. that I think at one time it held like a little jewel or something like that. Don't know a lot about it. Couldn't find too many comparable pieces online, but sure enough, it actually tested 14 karat gold, which is really neat. Very odd find. I didn't really realize what I had until I got it home and cleaned it up a little bit. But that's why I dig the low tones. Every once in a while, you'll find a piece of gold. And it looks like this week I just happened to get lucky. So, can't complain too much. Thank you guys so much for watching the channel. I certainly do appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week. Goodbye now.